Okay, so we left Homer here. Let's give him color, get him colored up, and let's see how this works, okay? We're gonna have to rearrange some layers too. So let's grab the pant leg. Let's just make it blue. Again, it doesn't need to be the correct blue at this point. I'm just looking for a color. And let's grab this, and we're gonna make it gray. This is gonna be a darker gray because it's in the shadows, okay? And I'm gonna say object arrange and send it back. Cool. Let's make it that same blue color as that, and then let's grab our shoe here and let's make it this color gray, and then we're gonna go ahead and grab the bottom of the shoe and make it the darker gray. Okay, and it looks bad. So let's make it look better. To do that, we have to do a couple things. First, the shirt is all the way at the top. Let's bring that kind of in the middle. All right, that looks better already. The knee is going in front of the belly. Okay, now we have this shoe here. That really should fall behind the pant leg. So let's grab those two parts and say object arrange and send it back. All right, working already. Let's grab this shoe here now and let's say object arrange and send it back. Okay, that's starting to work out together, except hey, check it out, that back leg, it's in front of everything. It's called the back leg. It should be there with the back arm. And hey, wow, look at that. It's all better now. Let's take that back arm, let's put that back there too, okay? The head we know we want in the back. And while color might not be where we want it to be yet, this thing looks pretty good with the exception of one little piece, and that is this hole, okay? You're gonna find these in your drawings, and you might think that it's not a big deal, but it can become a major deal. So you have to decide, what are we going to do? What's going to fix it, right? We really need to make sure that this path for the shirt and this path from the pants just kind of like line up together. So I'm going to attempt it on the pants first. I'm going to grab this point and I'm just going to pull it up just a little bit. And then I'm going to play around with my curve here a little bit. I'm going to take this point here. I'm going to move it up just a little bit here too. And essentially what I'm doing is I'm letting the pants define the boundary of that shirt a little bit more. I got to be careful because if I do it too much, it's going to look weird. Now, look at this. That line got moved. All right, it's not a big deal. Let's just pull it up and move it on over. There we go. Okay. And I'm sure that there's a lot of those little things throughout this drawing, okay? And those are things that I want to look at and I want to find. Those like weird little kind of oddities, if you would, that will kind of make this thing look a little just not correct. And I'll tell you what, the devil is in the details. So we really want to just be aware of that. And the more we are, the easier it is to modify these things. Because when you hand these things in, I'm going to print them out. And paper does not lie. You're going to see all of these little kind of mistakes. So if we can fix them now, perfect. Okay. Well, that looks pretty good. It's not bad at all. Okay. Let's talk color. Okay. That is not Simpson's yellow. It just isn't. Simpson's yellow's got more of an orange hue to it. So I'm going to zoom in here and let's try to find Simpson's yellow. So we'll select this and let's go ahead and let's add a little bit more orange in there. Let's get in there. Maybe a little less orange. That looks pretty good. Not bad at all, in fact. So I like that, and I'm going to drag this over to my swatch palette. I'm going to double click on that, and I'm going to call that Simpson's Yellow. And there, it's got a name now, Simpson's Yellow. Now, there's a bunch of other yellow in here. His nose, his ear, his hands, his fingers, his arms, all that sort of stuff. So check this out. I'm going to grab the nose. And I'm going to say select, same, fill color. And it's going to grab everything that is that yellow on all the layers. And watch in one quick switch. Boop. There we go. There's Simpson's Yellow. Okay. How about this? This is that brown. I don't really think that that is quite the color of what he has going on there for his 5 o'clock shadow. That's a little closer, although it needs a little bit more brown in it, if you ask me. Just not as much as we had before. That looks pretty good. I'm going to save that too. I'm going to call it 5 o'clock. Not 5 o'clock, 5 o'clock shadow. Okay. And the pants. This blue just doesn't work. The pants should be a little bit darker. I'm thinking blue jeans, all right? So you'll notice in magenta, if I start moving that over, it gets a little darker. Obviously, black's going to make it a little darker. Let's try magenta first. That's pretty good. Maybe make it just a tad darker. That's better. So let's select this and eyedrop there. And there we go. How about the shoes? And I'm going to just save that color too. And I'll call that Homer's pants. And the shoes. I think they can go a little darker. Okay? If I make those a little darker, right, then that means that I should probably go ahead and make the shadows a little darker too. Yeah, that works out pretty good for me. So drag this on over here. Homer's shoes. Bam. Select this, make it the same color as that. Nope, as that. And there we go. Select that. Drag that over here. Homer's shoe. No, not show. Shoe shadow. So I have on my swatches palette, I'm going to make my swatches palette big so we can see it a little bit better. So on my swatches palette, right, I've got Simpsons yellow, 5 o'clock shadow, Homer's pants, Homer's shoes, Homer's shoe shadow. So these 5 things. Those could easily get lost within the rest of the colors. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to grab this. I'm going to make a new color group, but I'm going to highlight all the colors. And to do that, I clicked on the first one, I held the shift key down, and I clicked on the last one. So those 5 colors got highlighted. And I'm going to click new color group. And I'm going to call the color group Homer Simpson. And I want to create it from the selected swatches that I have here and say, okay, and check it out. That's Homer Simpson. And those are the colors that I used. So that way I can go ahead and I can fix them. Oh no, I made that yellow by accident. It's no big deal. I'll select this and I'll make it Homer's shoe shadow. Boom. And I have a tendency of not saving as I'm working, and that's an awful thing to do. Please don't do as I do, but do as I say. So instead, I'm going to save this now. NRP-222-Homer. And it's an AI. And I'm going to put it right in my cartoon folder, in my 222 folder. It's an Illustrator CC document. I'm going to say okay to that. And this is looking pretty good.